Peace and blessings, and keep up the lessons. You know who this is. Your crypto B-boy coming at you. All right, let's get in. I got a little things going on again with the archives of the Brother Taalib show. Bringing them over, bringing that AKA crypto B-boy guy who used to be before I started it here over here and had to change up my whole, plan and that, basically that's what the narrative is. All part of the plan. Let's everybody say it again. It's all part of the plan. That's my narrative today. We're going to get in it and check what it is. All right? So stay with me. Let's get ready. Are you ready? Let's get it. Alrighty then. Yeah, I'm here with my XRP t-shirt. This is the XRP segment, that I'm doing because I do mind base, I do different other stuff and speak about different other cryptos, but mainly XRP because I'm with the XRP community. Yeah. And also get into all the things that are going on with the other cryptocurrencies in the cryptocurrency space. But today, I want to just get into, of course, I'm going to go, like I said, I'm going to be doing some of my videos to come are going to be, of course, including the archives and my receipts like I talked about. And the reasons, as I say again, is not to prop me up on no pedestal and make me like, oh yeah, I'm now somebody that you got to watch and look and listen. That's up to you. If you want to choose me and do what we should be doing as a community and helping each other and looking out, subscribe to your bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to do that. Click the like button so that so the algorithm can help and work me up to a level where I can give you more content. I can do the stuff that everybody talks about and everybody puts their main focus on the individual that they want to watch and look and listen to. Okay, no matter how they speak and what color they are and what have you, but everybody has their own choice of who they want to pick. But also to give a good idea is that, for me, I'm part of a community, Discord, that's a community within the community of the XRP and the ISO compliant, that we deal with all those different types of cryptocurrency assets and so forth. Hypothetically, we are invested in them, like this. So that Discord has more than 1,000 people in that spot. And, I know that you everybody's like family like. So I would say the good idea is that when you have people like myself, not just speaking for me, for speaking for any other content creator who's out there and is with part of that Discord, help them and support them by subscribing to them. So if 1,000 of you subscribe, then you put that person on the mark. You put them on the mark. And if it's a person who's trying to provide for their families that we spoke about and trying to do right by everybody, still giving them content that is beneficial to them, put them on the mark. Subscribe to them. Help your brother in that aid that he needs so that he can go forward to provide more for you. Because it's free. It costs no money to subscribe. And I'm saying this because I keep it 100. I'm not a begging person. I don't like to beg, but I'm going to keep it 100. I need your aid. Other people like me that are trying to do content creating and build their platform and in disseminating the knowledge that they're doing for you. Like T, my man, he's just something. He's a whole nother different breed, my man. Like he's the most humble dude, most coolest, classy dude that I've known in the YouTube space. I gotta give it him. I don't praise nobody but my creator, but I gotta give him his respects due because he does not want to monetize. He does not want people to give him. He has what he has, and he's good with what he has, and he's doing what he's doing, and whatever. All of us, any of us who have invested hypothetically, everybody got what they got and are content with it or doing more, or who are able to do more. And even for myself, people like me are striving to do more. DCA, dollar cost averaging. Can't do it if you don't have money. So you got to go out there and get your money. And if you have to go out and get your money, time equals money. So if you don't have the time to to do this content building, then you cannot build it up and you cannot give to the people like they want it. So help your brother. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so we'll get past that. That's finished. Now we'll get into what I'm trying to bring. And I hope you can listen. And I'm going to give a little bit of it. And then I'm going to probably do one more other video to give a little more, because I think I don't want this video to be too long. But first we'll start off here. The all part of the plan narrative. Let's listen to shout outs to my man, Zachary. Or Zach, or in essence. Okay. He's posted a video. And thank you for posting the video, Zach. This is what I want to show you. Oops, sorry, the wrong one. Okay. And he really gets into something that you need to listen to. So let's listen.
Is a clip from my mentor Dan Pena's most recent hardcore seminar. And God bless the man, because in his older age, he just has no filter. He does not care. And in this section, he's going to talk about how the Rothschilds control the gold market and how they're looking and talking about pushing it up to $3,000 per ounce. Okay, but he's going to talk about this. And as we see, JP Morgan's getting busted for manipulating the gold markets. They're getting busted for some other activities and what they facilitated, right? But then in this session right here, my mentor Dan Pena, he's talking about the markets, the different markets and how liquid they are and why you would take your company public in this market versus others. And then he talks specifically about how the Rothschilds control the gold market. And this is what I love about Dan, is that he's been at the tables. I always say he's been at the tables. He did deals with the Vatican Bank, right? So this guy's been to the very, very top. All roads lead back to Rome. This guy went to Rome. This guy did deals with the Vatican Bank back when he was building his energy oil conglomerates.
Now, some people will think that he's a conspiracy theorist. But let's get all past that foolishness and that cover that they try to put, and the powers that be try to leak out and go through, use their tools of blinding the people and trying to put a wool over the people's eyes through the media and the mainstream media, to say that these people, or people like us who speak against their system, is conspiracy theorists. We know these are all facts now. We know that all these plans are facts. Okay, let's continue.
Back in the 80s, okay? And so this guy's been to the very tippy top. He's been at the tables. He's been at the discussions. He knows what he's talking about, and he's completely tapped in. So this is why I listen to everything that Dan puts out, on top of loving his business programs, his methodologies, and I just love the man himself. And so,
just push it up a little bit. Hold on for a second.
Controlling gold. Check this one out.
Been run extremely efficiently.
Oh, hold on. Let me let you hear what he said. Who's controlling the gold? Hold on.
And he's talking about Rothschilds controlling gold. Check this one out.
Been run extremely efficiently. Another example of that, Rothschild has been setting the market for gold for 200 or 300 years. And there are some little other markets, but the only real market is what the guy comes in and says, writes on a chalkboard still, this is how much is in an ounce. Okay? And they control. And they can either, right now they're talking about $3,000 an ounce, just this morning or last night. Whether that happens or not, it's going to be because Rothschild says so. Rothschild says so.
He says whether or not that's going to be because the Rothschild said so, 3,000 per ounce. He said that's what they were talking about the other day. The point being that Dan is bringing up the fact that these elite families like the Rothschilds here have controlled these markets. This old guard has controlled these markets going back hundreds of years. So once again, he says $3,000 per ounce is what they were talking about the other day. But don't get it twisted, guys. In the meantime, we could see downside. We could see, I'm going to talk about XRP price action, how we could see a little bit more to the downside before.
Okay, so you can listen to his video on your own. This is Zach Reactor. And so go and check him out. Shout outs to him again. Appreciate it, my man. So, basically to say all part of the plan. Okay, this is one of the pieces of the puzzle of the plan. Okay, as I've mentioned before. Now I'm going to get into my archives again and let you listen to some of it for at least the video. I'll try to run it to 20 minutes. Please, if you feel that it's too much time, stay with your brother You don't have to listen to it all at once. You can stop, pause, do what you want to do. Boom, boom. That's why you have pause button. That's why we have technology. And then come back and listen to the rest. Don't get impatient. I'll click. I'm clicking out. I mean, come on. You trying to learn things. You want to know. You want to be in the know, not be ignorant to the know. And then you want to ask questions. We want to ask questions. I mean, questions is good. Don't get me wrong. It'd be good. It's good to ask questions like in the Discord, or you're sitting on a Twitter space where you're listening to people talk in that spot, a Twitter spot or whatever, or you in Clubhouse or wherever we at. When any of these platforms that we're talking and discussing and having dialogue about what's going on in the crypto space, let alone XRP community, XRP armies, all that and all this. ISO to 2022. Sometimes I always stumble. I'm gonna just say 222. Okay, everybody says it the way they want to say it. Put it that way anyway. Compliant, assets or cryptocurrencies for so forth. So everybody discusses these things in these platforms, but we doing it for a reason. We're trying to bring this dialogue to learn stuff. And I keep saying this, and even T was talking on his. It was a very informative and really, emotional in a sense. Another emotional live that he did yesterday, and I appreciate it. Shout outs to T again, and bringing it about how people have this issues with themselves, and that we don't want to work together. We want to have arrogance. We want to have ego problems, and thinking that we have to be on the stage alone. We can't work together. Can't prop your brother. Can't put your brother in the mark. You want to choose this person. You want to choose that person. You want to be clickish. Tribalism, maximalism, and all these isms and schisms. Like my man Bob said, isms and schisms. You understand? But still, the problems, these are the problems. For us as a community to rise up better and to be working together with unity bringing success. That's where success comes into unity. But of course, I deal with a different understanding and level of unity is a little bit above the level of man. But anyway, the thing about it is, we got to come together. We got to stop this stuff. So I want to let you listen again. Like I'm gonna try to run it 20 and not take it too long further than that. Just give me a second. I'm gonna get it up. Okay. Alrighty, hold on. Let me get this booted up. Okay, so here we go. Than it was when the pandemic first came on. Okay, so let's get back to what she's saying. Hold on, I'm going to try to go back to that. All right, let's see.
How many have said they look sticks? But basically, the situation you have right now, whatever it is not safe, and your access to money is not safe. That means if you have your access, your money sitting in some kind of European or American bank, guess what? Your access is not safe. But then also the value of the currency is not safe. So that means if we're seeing the hyperinflation that we have seen in the Great Depression, and economists are...
You hear what she's saying? The hyperinflation. What are we going through? We're dealing with the same thing again. The inflation clearly going up. It's going up while we speak. I was at the gas station a few days back. It was $3.19. It was nice. I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's going down. Boom, it went right back up from $3.29. Then it went up to, now it's like $3.59. Now be aware, this is in 2021. It's 2023, almost 2 years. This was in February, so in February it's going to make it 2 years, right? So this is what I was saying back then. And again, why I'm doing this is to give relevance to everybody, not just me, but some of the people who have not been in the top echelon of the cryptocurrency content creators and people who have been cliquish with those people and focusing. Not talking about T, not talking about Quincy, not talking about, Quincy Jones and so forth like this, but the people who that don't even, give credits due to other people. Quincy gives credit due. T is always giving flowers, as he calls it, to people and putting them up and trying to prop people up. He's selfless. He's not selfish, not self-centered about himself. He gives for people. He gives people. He doesn't charge anything. And like I mentioned, and that's why I highly respect him, because he's a genuine human being. He shows the best example as far as today in these times, who's allowed that how in this type of space or type of community or environment of people that network and involved into digital investment, hypothetically, okay, that he sets a good example, and in this platform of the YouTube and social media space that brings out information and awareness about the cryptocurrency space, right, and different types of cryptocurrency projects within that space, right, like XRP, big time, XRP community, right, XRP army, right. Where's that example from everybody? Let you continue to listen. And that's here. To other places like New York, I spoke to some of my family from New York. They're talking about almost $5, going close to $6. You understand what I'm saying? It is, and it's never really been that high, close to $6. I don't think for a long time. Certain states in the country, they almost push it up. Prepared, and this is what the lady's saying. And let's try to finish up what she's saying. I'm going to my point, and then we'll be finished with her. Hold on, let me get back again.
Comparing what was going to come to the Great Depression of 1929, well, then we saw the money were useless. And with the thousands of dollars you have sitting in the bank, I don't know, you can maybe buy a loaf of bread with that. Again, I don't have a crystal ball.
She doesn't have a crystal ball, which is good, but she can see. She's done her research. People, like myself as well, research or listen to business economists, people who know economics. Economics is the science of all of this, what has to do with money, monetary systems, what have you.
Now, you see what I'm saying? This is the stuff that I was talking about back then. And then even before that, when I first initially started learning about economics, I started learning about some of the ways of how mankind, let alone just any particular country or government that runs the country. Because a lot of people are like, they're anti-government because of the things that are going on. I'm not anti-government, I'm anti-corruption. And anybody who's corrupt, we as the regular people are corrupt. We got to look at ourselves in the mirror first and then think about people or any particular. But there's people within the government that are. And there are people in the government that are bigamists, that are bigots. And people who are greedy. And people further above the government in America or any other governments in the world. High ups, elites, as we know. And they're doing these things. They've been doing this thing. But now they're revealing piece by piece. And that's their process. But to get past that. That's their process, and that's all part of the plan. And that's my video. No, but I appreciate you guys. I just have to do that. I'm going to be doing it continuously. Some of you might be like, why is he doing this? Okay, fine, whatever. I just hope that somebody watches the video and goes all the way through and gets the gist of what I'm trying to say. Is that take heed to everybody's angle of the picture of the piece of this pie or this puzzle, right? Puzzling it together. Because some pieces are lost, some pieces can't be found, some pieces only other people know. So everybody's piecing, like I posted Zach up there because he put a piece in right there in this puzzle. He brought it. A guy that is his mentor that's speaking about what's actually been taking place, what's been planned. Okay? So again, I appreciate your time. All of you, those who watch and follow me, and those who are supporting me, whether you're in the Discord, please support your brother. Don't forget to subscribe with your brother. It doesn't cost you any money. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate your time and keep up with the holding in, man, holding in that time and that trying not to be frustrated, trying not to lose hope, stay and hang in there and hold it out, hodl out, as they say. You know what I mean? DCA, just keep educating yourself, stay with the people who know, and stay away from the people who are trying to bring FUD and scamming or any of those people. You understand what I'm saying? Trying to get you out of your crypto, trying to get you out of your investments, hypothetically invested, that you are invested in, and so forth. Okay, take care. Have a great day. Peace and blessings, and keep it the lessons. This is you know who, Crypto B Boy. I'm out.